What is going on, man? Goose here, man, and I'm gonna come back at you with another video. And this is gonna be about the state of the New Orleans Saints as they go into week number 11 here. It's week 11. I'm going here to the NFL. Saints are 7-2. Buccaneers are 3-6. Of course, the Saints lost last week. They had a very uninspired game last week where they just played awful. I mean, they played awful. Atlanta just kicked the Saints butts up and down the field from the opening kickoff, and I mean, the Saints should be embarrassed, but just by the way they played. Not that they got beat, just by the way they played. Because it's this look. I mean, people talk about the Atlanta Falcons and their record 1-7, Saints were 7-1, but we're still there. I mean, everybody's an NFL team. Everybody's professionals. Just because they're 1-7 doesn't mean they don't have any talent on the team, which they did, and they proved it. The Atlanta proved that they have talent on the team, which the way they play, because they haven't played like that all year. They haven't played like that all season long. But so let's talk about the Saints. The Saints are 7-2. They're now number 3 in the NFC as they fall behind the Packers, who are 8-2. The Saints can probably. I mean, the Saints are 5-2 in conference, and Packers are 5-1. So even if the Saints win this week, they'll still be behind Green Bay because of the conference record. So the Saints need to be. They missed an opportunity last week. But see, I thought this was the week that they were going to have their hiccup, because if you go back and look in their history with the Buccaneers, they always lose one of the games. Whether it's either in New Orleans or in Tampa, they always lose one of them. Last few years, it's been that way. But since they lost last week, I think it's going to maybe wake them up a little bit, and I think they'll play hard this week. And I think they'll win. I think they're going to be close, but I think they'll win. So the Saints are 3 in the NFC, 49ers are 1, Packers are 2, 8-2, Saints are 3, 7-2. I don't think you really have to worry about the NFC East. Dallas and Philadelphia is both 5-4. I think the NFC East will get the 4 seed. So the Saints, at worst, I think will get the 3 seed as long as they win the division, because Carolina's breathing down their neck. They're only 2 games back, and of course we have to play them. We have to play them twice. So going with the Saints. The Saints have injuries. The Saints have injuries going this week. Marshawn Lattimore is out on a week-to-week basis with a hamstring injury. I take that as being multiple weeks, just the way I take it. Andreas Pete's out for 6 weeks. He broke his arm. That's going to hurt our offensive line depth. Devontae Harris is questionable. He didn't practice. Didn't practice Thursday. Zach Line, I think he was limited. Let me see in the practice. Yeah, he was limited Thursday, and Demario Davis was also limited Thursday with the Saints. So the Saints have some injury issues coming into this week against Tampa Bay. So I mean, last time we played the Buccaneers, we held Mike Evans to I believe it was 0 catches. I don't think he had a catch all game, and that was when Lattimore covered him. Now it's probably going to be Eli Apple, and everybody said, Eli Apple sucks. Yeah, well, you haven't really heard Eli Apple's name that much this year, mainly because he hasn't really played bad. He hasn't really picked off any passes, but neither has the Saints. Neither has any of the Saints defenders really, and so Eli Apple has done an okay job in the secondary, because you're not hearing his name called with pass interferences and getting blown by, getting up touchdowns. So you really haven't heard his name called that much. So, hopefully Kamara can perform like he performed this before he got injured. Hopefully Drew Brees can bounce back, because he had a subpar game. The offensive line had a subpar game, as we couldn't block Atlanta. Atlanta had like 7 sacks going into that game for the season. I think they sacked Drew Brees 6 times last week. So, we know Michael Thomas is going to get open. He always gets open. He always gets his catches. But somebody else is going to have to step up on this team to be the number 2 receiver. Whether it's going to be, I mean, I think they activated Kirkwood. So, we'll see. He's supposed to have been good forever. But it just somebody else has to step up. Whether who, I don't care who it is. I got my opinions on what they should do, but I would make Kamara wide receiver, but I would use Kamara in the slot more and run Murray more, because that's when they really had a lot of success those past few weeks. when Kamara was out. When Murray was getting 20, 25 carries a game, he was getting 100 over 100 yards rushing. So I think they should use Kamara more in the passing game. And but remains to be seen. I just don't think nobody else is stepping up to take that number 2 receiver spot. Nobody else has done it. And the Saints have done a poor job of going out and getting a number 2 receiver. They've done a poor job doing that. This is 2 off seasons where they had not done that. I felt like that. I felt like after last season, after the NFC Championship game last season, I thought the Saints should have done that, but they didn't do it. So, it is what it is in that aspect. So, all right, guys. Y'all guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later, and who dat?